enough just to make sure everything's working. Are we good? I think we're fine. Okay. So as I was saying, my favorite guest is Kirby Scofield, and he's back after a weekend of baseball in San Diego. Hey, Kirby.
Hey, what's up?
Good, man. What are you doing? Are you live streaming?
Nope.
Are you live streaming the live stream?
Got the update. The market.
Oh, very good.
Pulled up.
Never stop working, do you? Okay. So, Kirby, last time you were here, we got a bunch of questions, but after you left.
Oh, cool.
So do you mind if we tack some of those?
Let's rock them.
Okay. All right. So first thing somebody wants to know, is it possible to buy a home for less than 3% down? I say no.
Yes.
Okay. Let's see. This is why you're here, because you're the real estate guy. All right, go ahead.
So one, thank you for their service and their family members. VA is 100%.
But what if they're not?
No, VA. If they're not VA,
yes,
then there is a 1% conventional loan that just came out, and there's also a 3% conventional.
Really?
But other than that, there's going to be certain criteria with those, though.
Yeah.
Credit score, down, time at job, all kinds of stuff like that. But normally, yes, it's 3% is where conventional starts. The most general ones, 3.5% for your FHA, and then 100% though always the VA. And VA though, that could be the person who was a veteran, but also their family member. And they get a certificate that it doesn't, like, they don't just have to buy one home. So like, say you have 500,000 in eligibility, or it's unlimited right now. Eligibility is based off your income and what you can afford as a service member.
Hang on one second.
Yep.
Nick, pay attention. Okay, go ahead.
So say they have eligibility of 500,000 and they use 300,000 buy a house, they still have 200,000 left that they can still buy another home. And with that 500,000, say that $300,000 house they sell, that goes back onto their eligibility.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Question number 2, Kirby, my house has dropped considerably in value in the last 3 months. Should I panic?
It hasn't dropped in value. The premium that people were paying 6 months ago. So the Fed, when it shifted in June, homes say were 500,000 was what the comps were and what the appraisers were putting them at, but they were selling for 550 because buyers were paying almost a 10% premium minimum over the appraised value out of pocket.
Okay.
When it shifted, it just went back to the 500,000 number. And then that 500,000 number actually has increased since then, the actual value.
Right.
So in the last 3 months, your property actually should have increased. Why it decreased, I would ask them to call us so we can look into that.
Okay. Because chances are they're not reading the numbers the right way.
Yeah, they're looking at maybe solds of last year or up till, and not even up to June. So you got to think the Fed shifted in June, but how many homes were in escrow during that time? 30, 60, 90 days to close still, not until September possibly, but locked into the price that people put into contract before the shift.
Okay.
So that's where the 3 months could have been, they're thinking, but that was now what I'm going to talk to Mara on the news too about is our market has shifted in the last 2 weeks. I've been seeing it for 3 months where we are back to bidding wars on some homes, multiple offers.
Getting into the next question here. Okay, go ahead.
And some homes are going above appraisal again on who's winning the bid.
Right.
So it's because our inventory decreased. So we're about 1.7 months when it was craziness last March, April, May. And then we went to the Fed hit, all the sellers dropped their listings in. So we had an increase in listings of everybody who's sitting on the fence. We kind of went through that inventory now. And but when it went where the rates were going up and stuff was sitting, it was only sitting for 60 days versus 30 days. So really just 2 months more. But we had just had so many people listing that what was happening was our inventory went up to 4 months, which sounds okay. 2 months to 4 months. That sounds like a lot, but a normal standard market nationally that shifts from a buyer to sellers is 6 months. Vegas is a different animal and always has been. So Vegas, it's kind of that 4 month mark where you see it goes from a seller's market where it's 4 months or less, and then it raises to, and then it goes to a buyer's once it's over 4 months. But right now we're at 1.8 months in as our report last month. This month we're going to be less probably, and I'll go through the numbers here. I track them every week.
Why is that?
Because buyers, I think a lot of it was hype. and people were scared of the rates, but
Mhm.
people are still going to, like I said on the last show.
Well,
people,
didn't they get lulled into a false reality by them
False-
being so low for so long?
So yeah, that was like right now they're still historically lower than they've been historically.
Right.
But it was a crazy rate thing, and everybody kind of went on the fence. But buyers are still buying, sellers are still selling. Otherwise, why did we now decrease inventory again?
Yeah.
And like our inventory in the last, I'll just go through numbers real quick.
These are fresh numbers.
These fresh numbers. So from the last 2 weeks, I have both numbers because I was gone last week. We were doing a conference, but they kind of mirror each other. So it's staying steady the same. So in the last 7 days up till today at 3:15 p.m., sold 624 versus 611 the week before. So pretty even.
Okay.
714 versus 776 listed.
That was also Babe Ruth and Hank Aaron's home run numbers.
That's funny.
Weird.
Baseball.
Yeah.
And so you got to think, okay, well, there's 150 more listings there, but here's what you got to look at. How many are pending? So in the last week, 1,035 versus 959 went pending. The week before that was 959 versus 1,008.
More.
Almost 200 more. 20%. So we have about 100 more listings, but we have 200 more pending. So you have to think in 30 to 60 days from now, that's going to decrease that inventory even more.
Yeah.
And it's been trending that way. And what we did during the shift that people got smart with and the different programs was like buy downs, 2-1 buy down, where there was special lending out there where you could get the loan, but the rate would be bought down and you'd have the seller pay
for a year, points. Right?
It's like a year or 2 year. They had different programs. Yeah.
Okay.
And it was based off your credit and then off the loan that you're doing. But if you're a buyer on the fence right now, you got to get out there and offer because it's inventory, supply and demand.
That's next question here. So
1.8 months. I think we're going to be about what we were last year. The difference is not the killer rate. So the homes cost more now. Yes. The money is not as cheap, but it does not mean the demand is not there. Demand's there. As you know, we get a ton of leads with Zillow and Facebook and Google. So
and the Wayne Coy show.
Yes. So like my business is because we are such a lead generator and partner with Zillow, we can track how the consumer is going. So if this was happening and my leads were decreasing, which I'll tell you a weird story. Last year, we were about twice the connections January, February, March. Then April, it started decreasing. Zillow already saw it happening.
Why?
The consumer felt something was going to happen with the Fed before it happened because just the general consumer was already pulling the reins back then. And our connections, what we were able to get just off of how many clicks are going, had decreased.
Well, that makes sense then. If you follow the numbers.
Yeah. And we maintained those numbers until about September. And then September, we started getting increase in our connections that we were receiving. And now they've stayed steady for the last 3 months, same as this market. So that means the same amount, the buyer pool is not diminishing. We are still, I think if there is 1.7 months of homes on there and say it's 3,000, 3,200 homes or something out there available. And so that's a difference too. So last year, this time, 1.7 months was like 1,700 homes. Now it's like 3,200.
Okay.
But you got to think my office alone, which I mean, we are 38th in the state, but there's big giant franchise out there with thousands of agents.
Yeah.
Thousands of people are getting leads everywhere.
Yeah.
My office alone gets 1,400 average new clients a month. So if I'm getting 1,400 out of just my office and you hear those numbers, they're going to be buying something. So it's moving. If you're a seller, two kind of choices there. I talked about on the news last week was some people you may be able to price high right now, depending on your neighborhood. And if you're the only home listed or you have something
you may
special.
be able to appraise high.
No, price it higher, like how we did a year ago. But if there's competition, you have to be competitive with who your neighbors are, the comps. And that's where a realtor comes in.
Right.
Like get the numbers, look at what's actually on the market.
Yeah.
Look at what's actually sold. And
where you get hurt sometimes is, correct me if I'm wrong, but if they can't find the comps, right, to sell your house for what it really should sell for, it's almost like you have to wait.
So how I've always done it, Vegas, we're lucky. Vegas is honestly very tract home, very cookie cutter. So usually you can pull a comp 2 to 3 homes in the same neighborhood, same size. So, and I'm saying like a 2-story is different than a 1-story, even if they're in the same neighborhood. You got it. Those are different prices. But we always go by the price per square foot, except for last year. Last year was magic prices. No matter what I did on comps, there's like my agents come to me and seller would be like, they'd be like, seller wants to list this. I'm like, whatever they want to do. I can't give you data right now. Like
magic prices.
Yeah, is magic prices. I think where we're going to be at now is kind of what we wore. It's 2013. I remember 2012, 2013, when the REO stopped and everything, we kind of had a decrease in inventory and the same thing. So things were selling. You could sometimes get more, but it's depending if the house was that special or not, or if you have the time. So if you have the time to sit on the market, if our inventory is low,
you're saying as a
seller,
not as a buyer.
Yeah. So if you're a seller and you want a price high because you're stuck on a price,
right,
and you're not hurting and you can stay, you don't have to move because of a job or your house because you had a baby and you move anyway. If you can wait, just sign a longer listing agreement, hopefully with us as an agent, because if our inventory continues this way and the prices continue to appreciate, you're going to catch up to the price you want eventually, or that neighborhood of those homes and that price point are going to diminish where you are the only home left in that buyer pool.
That's when those offers get up.
That's where it skyrockets. Or I always tell people is what you list your home is not what you have to accept the offer at. So if everybody's listed in the neighborhood at 500,000, let's just go with that number. Our FHA loan limit right now is 512 max that you can get to.
Okay.
It's like 494, but with your 3.5 down, it's like 512. So say 500. If you're at 500,000, but there is 3 other homes listed 504, 503, 505, whatever, listed 498 doesn't mean you have to take 498.
Right.
You're just going to get more offers, possibly be able to sell or counter off them, multiple counter them, do it correctly.
Because that will happen.
Yep. And that way you can not only get the higher price that you're wanting, but also have backup offers in case something goes on with your inspection appraisal, that buyer doesn't have the money different, stuff like that. So
it happens.
Yeah. And so as far as our market, super strong. It kind of blows my mind too, because I've been doing this 13 years and everybody always says the market's hot when it's a seller's market, but why isn't it hot when it's a buyer's market?
Right. You would think that means hot as well.
I think, and that's why I said on our show last time, like it's a hot market no matter what a buyer or seller, it's just depending on how you're playing it. But except for the crash of 2008 and all that kind of stuff due to the REO and the fake loans, fake money, the loans now are real money.
That's not happening anymore.
No.
They're not giving you a loan because you have a pulse.
No. The thing back then was the verifications of an employment and deposits that were all fake, and like it was all done fake. Where the thing is 2017 October when TRID came out and it changed the laws on
TRIDs are for kids.
Yeah. It's like truth and
it's got to be what
truth
is it?
And residential, truth, residential, something disclosure, and that's where you got the 3-day. They have to send the settlement statement 3 days before you can actually close. Now, all that kind of stuff, and that changed the game. And the reality is, I always tell buyers too, like everybody's always buying a house is going to be. When I bought my house, different because that's what I do. So I knew everything was going to happen. It was a piece of cake, like breeze. I didn't even think about it. I knew what was coming. I offered right. I didn't stress on the stuff that I shouldn't stress on because
you're Kirby.
Because me. Yeah. But normal buyers, what we see going through, and I always had to coach them when I was in the field, was the first thing always is getting approved. What can you actually buy? Second, and accepting that's what you can buy. That's what the bank's going to give you in money. That's what you can buy.
Right.
Second is,
do you find that people don't want to do that? Like, even though you can tell them that, they're still saying, yeah, but I want that.
The biggest thing is don't look at a rate on bankrate.com or hear what the news is saying, because your credit and your job and your history is apples and oranges to everybody else.
Makes it unique.
Yeah. So you need to talk to a lender. Ours is Robert Coomer Group. They are our partner, huge, awesome, treat you like family. And the best thing to do is talk to them, because you need to know what you're actually going to be able to go up to the bat with. And with that, a big thing with where the market is possibly changing to is if it's a home that you're wanting that you may have to pay more, you got to know how much money you have down. Can you pay over appraisal?
Sure.
Are you not going to be able to get the seller closing costs? Do you have that amount? And a lot of people make the mistake where they think, okay, 3.5% down. Let's just take that number. So say on 500,000, what is that? 3 times 5, like $17,000, $18,000. It's really double that because you need your closing costs too, unless you're getting the seller pay it.
And that's not happening as much as it was
for last 3 months.
Yeah.
That was the time sellers. So the seller who the price diminished, really what they could have been experiencing was if you take that $500,000 house that people were paying 50 grand premium, plus you didn't have to pay closing costs. In the last 3 months or 6 months, the last 3 months, it started heating up again. So say September to December, that $500,000 house, you'd be listed at 5, you get 5, you wouldn't be able to get above appraisal, but you'd also be paying closing costs 18 grand. So you're really getting like 480. Yes.
Yeah.
Versus the 550 and not paying closing costs. But the actual value of the home was the same. It's kind of like that bottle of water is the same price. You get it from the wholesaler. Now, what the stadium's selling at versus what the airport versus the guy on the corner,
but it's still the same bottle of water.
That same bottle of water is that same wholesale value. And that's what that value was. And it does increase with inflation, just like everything does, just like homes appreciate.
Yeah.
But it does not mean that price because the demand was low at the stadium, or best thing is say like a flea market or something, and they just change their price. Okay, it's $2 a bottle, now it's $5 because they're running out and everybody's wanting them.
Yeah.
That's what happened with our housing market. That bottle of water was still the same price.
Yeah, I get that.
You know what I mean?
We're going to get to Mark's question.
Yeah.
But before I do, I have a question.
Yes.
Is this, in terms of rank around the country, is this considered one of the better real estate markets? Because I heard that today and I was like, Because I'm thinking of the Bay Area where everything is stupid expensive and always goes up, up, up.
So back to just like I said, what's a hot market? So what's better?
Yeah, I'm looking at it from the buyer's perspective.
So buyer's perspective, I think so hot. Since I've been in it since 2010, we've always been a hot price just because of price. Because even though we are at 500,000 now for our FHA, that's still a lot less than a lot of other places. Yeah. With the amenities and lifestyle you can have here, and with no income tax.
Okay.
Because you go to Texas, you may be able to get a house, not in the newer cities that have blown up. Austin and all of them have blown up, so they're just like us on price. But you're going to pay higher in property tax for the no income.
Sure.
But the states that were big or areas since I've been in it that when I've been with Zillow and the markets are comparable to us as far as activity, I guess you could say, it's always been Vegas, Phoenix, Florida.
Really?
Yep. Florida, because no income tax, retirees, and it's always moving, and you can get a good price there.
Maybe because my experience was with Pensacola and the Panhandle there, right?
Yeah, you're gonna have certain places where it's going to be up. Yeah, I mean,
no, I mean these prices never went up. I
mean,
you buy a house for $250. Yeah, like on the 3 years later, it's still $250.
And that's kind of like Midwest too, where my parents lived for a bit. Like it. Their home contingent off for 6 months, and that was normal there, waiting for the other guy to sell his house. It's just, and because there was no buyers in that market. Vegas, totally different. Yeah. If you price your home right, which is off the historical data of what actually sold, you're going to sell your house. Even the $1 million plus homes are selling like hotcakes still. So it's a very aggressive market, but a market that anyone can buy a home if you're qualified. So that's the big thing. First thing you gotta do is talk to a realtor, get connected with, so call one of our team, then get connected to our lender.
What would that number be, Kirby? You just happen to have it handy? I do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. How about 702-766-9538?
Yes.
Okay. I know that's not your usual number. That's why you didn't just rattle it out.
That's my special Wayne number.
Special Wayne number 702-766-9538. And you're not afraid to answer those questions. So if people come to you and they say, hey, I don't know this real estate market. I hear, that it's crazy competitive.
I love talking about it.
You're cool with that.
Yes. I'm a numbers geek. And
so is the answer, yes, it is one of the hotter and better real estate markets in the country.
In all 13 years it has been since I've been in it.
Right.
Our market's been controlled by laws, like when foreclosures change, it's been controlled by the rate changing. But that didn't stop the market ever.
Right.
We were always selling. It just, when the REOs were, I know I entered in, I swear it's like 17,000 or 27,000. I don't remember because there's so many homes. There were so many homes on the market that the REOs.
Yeah.
And then it went to like nothing once they killed off.
REOs and short sales.
Yeah, exactly. Well,
Right.
we went REOs and then it went the short sale ring, and it was AB 301, 284, one of the laws passed that made short sales take forever too, because they took like 5 to 7 years.
That's why I stayed away. Yeah.
Yeah, like one of my agent's office, we had one REO the other day, had like 50 offers on it.
Wow.
That REO wasn't a better home today than the resale homes, whereas in the past it was. So when I got in the game,
REO's bank owned.
Yes, it means that the person foreclosed, that went to the courthouse, investor or bidder did not win it. The bank took it back. It went through a servicer. They got it ready to buy. It's just like buying a regular house. Short sale is different because whatever that price is make-believe price, kind of, because the bank every 90 days is going to revalue the home as they're determining the hardship of that seller to make sure they can actually sell it and take that. Whereas REOs already owned back by the bank, sold by the bank, your process is a normal process, like 30 days. But no, there's like one in town. So don't listen to the like freaking fake flip shows, or like, what do they call it? It's like there's the flip shows, and remember, that's for TV. And then there's also certain people on the radio commercials, these seminar guys that.
Oh, you're going right where I wanted to go in the second half hour already. So
yeah,
I want to talk to you about that. Can we wait on that for a second?
Yeah.
Okay.
I
just want to get to Mark before we forget him.
Get juicy on those.
Mark says, I keep getting beat. I'm 3 offers in and haven't been able to buy a house. What can I do?
What is he getting beat on?
Like 3 offers in, meaning he's put 3 offers in and he's not buying. They're not choosing him. They're choosing somebody else to sell the house to.
So I'd have to see the situation, because
it has to do with maybe his credit or
no. Because if he's already pre-approved, it could just be what he's offering.
Okay.
It could be.
What's the trick? What do you do?
One, we have to know what you have available. But if you're offering on a $300,000 house and there's 10 offers on it and you're offering 280, you're not going to win.
Right.
If you're offering,
so you have to be hyper competitive.
If you're offering 300 list price, but you're also needing closing costs and the other guys didn't.
Yeah.
Or they said they would pay the seller's closing costs too. There's certain things, and that's what I'm saying. This market right now is competitive. We in our office, maybe how we coach and mentor at Scofield Realty, we are not having that issue. We are getting our offers accepted, but I'm also very blunt and dry and no.
With your buyers?
Yes, and like how I coach my team, like there is no magic answer. Numbers are numbers. So pull the data, look at the data. You got a strong offer, and the biggest thing is communication with the other agents. So a lot of people just throw offers, and you had to a year ago because you had to offer on homes before they even, like, the moment they hit the market, because they were gone. Right now, we still, I think, have the freedom to have one of our agents, call the list agent and see how many offers. And a cool thing that's part of our contract now, it's been multiple years now, not when I got into it though, was when I got into it, they weren't allowed, like, if I called the list agent, they weren't allowed to tell us. They could tell me how many offers, but they couldn't tell me the price or where it's at. We added a part in our contract right on the first page of the listing agreement now where we can actually disclose it if the seller allows us, which helps immensely versus the blind shooting offers and not knowing.
Yeah.
So our agents will call the other agent and just ask them straight up. And if they've marked that, if the seller has said yes, then it makes it easiasier for the seller, makes it easier for a buyer, because versus
very
blind
transparent.
It's like, I got 3 offers, and the highest right now, we got 405 cash, we got a 410 conventional, and we got 403 whatever FHA needs closing costs.
Yeah.
Okay, so where do I need to be? Where do you think it'll appraise? Stuff like that. Like, have communication between agents. So your agent needs to do a little work, and ours do, to call the other side and see, are we even going to be competitive?
Yeah. Because
you can get off the phone sometimes, be like, you're only qualified for 400, Mr. Buyer. They're already at 410 in offers, like 3 of them.
So what do you do?
We offer on the one that's not that one, because that, like, it's just,
you're not going to get the house.
Yeah, it's just like going to a car dealership, and a lot of dealerships out here, they always do it. It's that they put the one house or one car that's the super deal for sale.
Sure.
Everybody goes for that one, but it's already sold, and they got the sold sign on it, and so I got a wait list of 10 people.
Which is kind of fishy. I hate when they do that.
But
I feel like it's bait and switch.
But there's other cars.
Yeah.
And so that's where you got to find the other car or find another dealer that has it, where there's plenty of homes though right now. It's just again, you can buy what you can buy, but the first step, finding what you can get qualified for. And when you're making those offers, is making them strong and doing communication with that list agent to see your agent communicating with the list agent to make sure, see how many offers there are, where they're at. So you're not filling out all the paperwork, getting your hopes up, window shopping in your mind that you're going, what's going on with this house, and just getting rejected.
A good agent, though, can make all the difference in the world in that scenario.
Oh, 1,000%.
Like you said, the numbers are the numbers, but what if your agent doesn't, have the wherewithal to go, I need to ask the questions for my buyer. I need to find out for my buyer. So
and you're going to get that a lot with part-time agents, I would say, because it's a referral. They're just trying to get that sale.
Yeah.
You get someone full-time like our team, they are in it. And also they're in those neighborhoods daily. We do get 1,400 new people a month. So, and we have 75 agents. So they are out there in the neighborhoods. They know what's there. That's know
not 1,400 agents, by the way. That's
14. I would love 1,400 agents. We'll take 1,400.
Yeah, I'm sure Willy Wonka.
Yeah.
Okay. But 1,400 people buying a house.
1,400 people want to buy it. So we got people in the neighborhoods on the ground, seeing what's available, seeing what's not, and also been in those offers, other ones. So that's what's cool in our office is like tomorrow's our meeting, and we'll talk about our listings, but we'll also talk, hey, John, we'll just say John agent here. Hey guys, I just was in negotiation with this house. We couldn't beat them, but this is where they were at. If anyone has someone looking for this, our buyer wasn't a potential for it. Do you have someone looking for it? Because we already know that's their number.
Right. So that's that synergy that's coming from your agency.
Yeah, because we're all just trying to get that deal. It's not anyone. And negotiating is just talking, knowing the numbers correctly, making sure you know your buyer's numbers too. Because an agent that can really mess up your deal if they don't understand what closing costs are, if they don't understand what normally is paid by a seller, what's normally paid by a buyer, etc. When they're writing that offer, they could really mess up the numbers that you get affected later in your deal during the escrow, and now you may be past your contingencies.
Dig it,
and you could lose that earnest money.
Right. Kirby Scofield is with us. Always, for me, this is just like, whoa. I learned so much just talking to you. We're going to take a break, but when we come back, flipping, we're going to find out if that's really a thing. And then the other thing is, if you're out there and you're listening and you're going, well, I've always thought maybe I could be a real estate agent, or I'd like to be one. I think you might just have an opportunity. So we're going to talk about that too when we get back. Quick break. We're right back.
Hey, listen to this. Share Life Vacations has a special treat for you. It's a free 3-day, 2-night getaway to either magical Orlando or exciting Las Vegas. It's your choice. Absolutely no strings attached. Share Life will also include a second vacation to your choice of over 30 additional popular resort destinations. Now, we can't give everyone a fantastic prize package like this, so to make it fair, we're going to ask you a trivia question. You get it right, you'll win it all. Are you ready? Okay, here we go. This movie is about a British Secret Service agent who is frozen in time in the 1960s. Was that movie Austin Powers' International Man of Mystery? Press 1. Diamonds Are Forever? Press 2. Lethal Weapon? Press 3. Got it? Well, then call 855-301-8586. 855-301-8586. That's 855-301-8586.
My name is Michael Stefanski, and I am the owner and founder of Sin City Custom Suits, custom clothing concierge. I help gentlemen get into clothes that fit them like they're supposed to, that they pick out themselves, and we craft together. 600 different suit fabrics to pick from, about 40 measurements to make sure the suit's going to fit you right. Then we decide, do you want 2 buttons on the front, 3 buttons on the front, how many on the sleeve? Do you want like a custom photo lining for the inside of your jacket? Any number of different things that you can think of. This is all about what do you want? And when you ask guys, what do you want? They don't know because they've never been given the option before. Because I help men look as absolute best as they can. It's transforming people's lives. If you've never had a suit that fits you right, you have no idea how much confidence it gives you. That's the important part. 702-767-2478. Instagram at Custom Suit Guy, SinCityCustomSuits.com.
As As a 3-time international award-winning restaurant, Joe's New York Pizza uses only the freshest and best available ingredients. From giant slices of hand-tossed pie to calzones, strombolis, fingers, and wings, Joe's serves all your favorites. Stop in for a slice at one of their 2 Las Vegas locations at Paradise and Harmon or South Las Vegas Boulevard, or you can check out their menu at joesnewyorkpizzalv.com.
Hi, I'm Sheldon, the owner of Solid Motor Cars. I've spent over 30 years in the retail car business. It is all about the vehicles, but more than that, it's about the people. And my team and I are proud to bring to you what we believe is the finest experience in buying a pre-owned car. With great credit, we can get super low interest rates. But if you've had some challenges, we're experts in that field, and we can get almost anybody approved. Come down to Solid Motor Cars and take a look at our vehicles. They come with a 6-month, 6,000-mile warranty. So when you get a vehicle from Solid Motor Cars, you can feel confident that that vehicle is a quality, properly reconditioned vehicle that will serve you and your family for years to come. So for all your automotive needs, whether it's a new car, truck, or SUV, or if it's repairs, service, and maintenance, Solid Wheels, solid deals, solid people. Coming down to meet the crew. My name's Sheldon. I'm the owner here. I'd love to help you any way that I can.
3024 East Fremont Street, 702-820-1444.
Hi there, this is Kirby Scofield, Scofield Realty here in Las Vegas. Real estate is always changing. Be it a buyer's market, a seller's market, at Scofield Realty, it's your market. Buying or selling, we have the team and the tools to work the market so it works for you. We are excited that we're on the Wayne Coy Show. Our results blessed us with the Zillow Flex partnership roughly about 2 years ago due to our consistent conversion and customer service scores. With conversion, that means we can close. And with our customer service scores, you know you're going to get the best service possible. We're always looking for agents, led by mentorship, resources, and experience. We are your guide. Find us, Kirby4U.com. That's Kirby, the number 4, the letter U.com. Kirby4U.com or call 702-766-9538. Again, 702-766-9538.
The National Atomic Testing Museum is a national science, history, and educational institution that tells the story of America's nuclear weapons testing program at the Nevada test site. Located at 755 East Flamingo Road, just east of Paradise, the museum offers immersive, interactive experts for guests of all ages. The museum is Smithsonian certified and open 7 days a week. For more information, visit nationalatomictestingmuseum.org. That's nationalatomictestingmuseum.org.
Live from Las Vegas.
Yeah.
This is the Wayne Coy Show.
Oh, no, it's not. It's the Kirby Scofield Show tonight. And we love the visit because the visit makes us smarter. And you're a student of what you do. A lot of people have a job. You have more than a job. You have a passion. And because of that, you kind of roll around in all this information.
I'm a nerd.
Okay. I wasn't going to say it, but you did. That's okay. So, Kirby.
Yeah.
What if I want to be an agent? How do I do it? I've never been an agent. What if I want to be one?
Go to our website, hit on careers, and interview with Asha, my growth director. If you're already an agent, we can transfer you over. Our splits, our leads, our systems, our mentorship, our vibe, I'm confident, beats everybody. I'm a cocky guy.
It's okay.
Yep.
No. What did they say? It's not bragging if you can do it.
Oh yeah,
we back it up.
It's proof. Yep. And then, but if you're interested in doing it, and I am very blessed and happy that I chose it as a career 13 years ago. I'm never going back. It's about
never going back to what, by the way? I got asked that yesterday. What did Kirby do?
I was a financial advisor before, and then before that, I was also a financial representative and a banker.
Okay, because I said banker.
Yep.
So I was right, but I just wasn't in that
I was
order.
a banker 20-something years ago, and then like 10 years before I got into real estate, I did it to put myself through school.
Yeah.
And then I worked for New York Life, though, proudly for 6+ years, and I was fully licensed, did mutual funds, stocks.
That takes a different kind of mindset. I couldn't
life
do
insurance, all that stuff, and did pretty well at that right before the crash.
Yep.
And then did health insurance with that too. I was licensed like 30 states.
Whoa. But what is it about real estate that makes you say, I'll never look back? I'm never going to do anything else.
I
because you love it.
The numbers with it. life insurance and investments was selling something hypothetical versus a stock and mutual fund is still hypothetical versus a piece of dirt, land, or house.
Yeah.
Which is physical asset.
You can wrap your arms around it.
Yep.
You see it. There it is. My
Yep.
house.
And then life insurance, I was really good at it, but I sold people on dying.
Yeah.
I mean, I protected a lot of people, had to pay a lot of death claims. So it was well worth it. And I fully believe in it.
People
And-
were dying to do business with you.
Yeah. And but during that time, personally, when everything went down, the first thing that people canceled was their policies when everything crashed 2008 to 2010. So I was doing very well, and then I was chasing about 10 grand in reversals in that game a month, just to break even.
Wow.
So and the guys who were killing it for me, my number one clients were realtors, had become my niche. And they kept telling me, Kirby, why you're so smart in this stuff? Like, get into real estate. And I made that move and love it. And what I love about real estate too is it's not slow, and especially Vegas. And with our technology and how everything's advanced in the last 13 years, like since I got in, like Zillow I got in with them like 2012 when that's when the portal started hitting. And ever since, and you had the iBuyers, and then you have the new softwares, and then you have the just so many. It's like every day there's something new.
Yeah.
And so I follow Inman. Inman is Brad Inman, INMAN, and it's like the real estate news of real estate for residential real estate, and from everything to the newest tech thing to who laid off who, like Open Door laid off 524 people today.
So it's deep into the weeds.
Deep in the weeds, what tech's out there, what's failing, what's not, what lawsuits are happening, what laws are passing. And so I'm a geek on that stuff because that all trickles and affects everything of us.
Yeah.
And so
But what if I'm not wired like you? What if I'm not a geek? What if I'm not really a numbers person?
So you come work for me because I'm going to figure that out and tell you on Wednesday I'm going to
I was
digest it
thinking,
into, I'm going to make it real estate for dummies for you.
Okay.
So you just worry about the cliff notes.
Yep. Do you get that kind of an agent, potential agent that says, look, I just want to go meet people and sell houses.
I like the ones that are involved with it. It's awesome because it helps me. They trigger my brain. But with our system, you want to make money, just come do our system, make money. You don't have to worry about all the other stuff. We'll make sure it's covered.
Right.
We'll make sure, like my meetings on Wednesday they'll have tomorrow is about the market, celebrating who had an escrow, who had listings.
Having an escrow means you're in the escrow process on this house.
Yep.
It's gonna sell unless something goes wonky, which it could.
Yep.
But for the most part, it's you can at least see the finish line from where you are. So all your hard work is about to pay off.
About to pay off, pending contingencies and
for buyer, for seller, and for you. It's a win-win-win, right?
So so like in the last 2 weeks, we put 23 new under contract for around $8 million.
Wow.
With 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 different agents.
Okay.
So that means 20 people.
Nobody would have been offended if you would have said 18. Just let you know that.
Well, no, 2 to 3 when I was counting it, got actually 2 in escrow.
See what I'm saying? This guy's the numbers, man.
And then we have 3 new listings.
Okay.
And then we had 12 closings.
Those are big, right? The new listings. You live for that.
Yeah. I'm one.
I see the signs that say, we want your listings. Thinking of selling your house? Call me.
So listings, we're going to sell the house no matter what. I like buyers.
Yeah. Is that it?
Like listings, we're great at it. Like everybody wants listings and we're going to sell a house. But buyers for me is like, when I was in the field, I loved it because my listings came from the people I bought a home with.
You rarely sell your own listing anyway, right?
No. That's what I'm saying. I did, or no. Oh, you mean like dual agent? Like when sells? Yeah, like with
it's usually going to be another agent.
They frown upon it, and they should because there's some shady people out there. We don't. We're very integrity is number one with us. We probably have 1 out of 100 and that's just one of those things where. Because we still do get 1,400 people, so it doesn't mean when you get a listing as one of our agents, you also don't get the buyer that matches it. Right. And then, but I like both sides because, like, I have one agent, Strut. She's huge with the VA out here. She's 30 years retired.
What's her name?
Sherry Struthers. She's our number one producer, but she's 30 years retired Coronado Navy.
Okay.
So she's huge with the VA. That's her niche out here. And during the crazy market, She was selling a ton to the VA buyers, and they'll get orders. And a normal person sells a house every 3 to 5 years. Like, they don't stay in it forever.
Right.
Very rare. So if you take care of the buyer now and you stay in the business 2 to 3 years, you're going to have those listings
You're
later.
going to have an opportunity to work with them again.
And then with her, especially because they're going to get their TDY, their orders for military.
TDY.
They're going to get their orders to go to another base.
Oh, gotcha.
So they got to sell.
Spoken like a guy who spent some time in San Diego, by the way. 702-766-9538. That's a number to call, or you can go to Kirby for you. That's Kirby, the number 4, the letter U.com. Either way, if you are thinking about maybe a career switch, you've never sold real estate before, but you're thinking, maybe I want to do that. You can call that number and you can get the lowdown there.
1,000%. Yep.
Yeah. And if you're an experienced agent and you just want to see if the grass is greener, because it is on the other side, well, then you can call there as well.
Yeah. Come check us out.
Okay. Now let's talk about this flipping thing, because it started a few years ago, right? Where it became kind of like there were like 15 shows on TV that were about people who were buying cheap, fixing up, selling for a big profit, and then moving on to the next thing. So
there's some really good, there is true flippers, investors in town, and incredible at what they do. And there are other brokerages. One, I think he passed away, but Motion Properties, he was really big. Jared, this is back after kind of, or they bought a whole bunch up during the REOs, but they still do it. Galindo Group, who's another broker, another firm. That's what his whole business built on. He's incredible at it.
Yeah.
Ryan King with King Realty, he does flips.
So you're not saying it's not a thing, but where you fall apart is on these seminars,
the
right?
fake ones, because like those guys, I'm talking, those names I just mentioned, these guys know what they're doing.
They're all legit.
And not just that, those guys have their crews, their renovation crews.
Yeah.
In staff, they got the numbers down. They know what they're buying it at. I had one agent who worked for me, and he does about 2 a month. And he always told me it's like 7 cents on a dollar what he saves. So like if it's $1, he's getting it for 93 cents if he's lucky once it's all done. So it's not like what you think it is. And so what people get screwed on, honestly, is there's a guy on the radio. I'm not gonna say names because I don't want to get in trouble, but if you're hearing a radio commercial of someone saying, get into real estate and flip and sell and and then you have to pay him to go to his seminar. And then they tell you that you can buy this home with 100% 100% financing.
Yeah, no money down.
Yeah, which is untrue.
Right.
They give them fake letters that aren't. It has to have NMLS letter number on it for the mortgage to be a real mortgage. Otherwise, it's private money, hard money. And hard money is usually 30%, 25 to 30% down. Plus, you got to pay 2 points. And so we get a lot of those leads through Zillow. People click on something, they went to a seminar, and they're thinking they're just going to be able to buy a house. And we'll go on and you look at it, and it's like, okay, Mr. Buyer, are you the principal to a transaction? Because some of them are, they send out people, scouts, like these people, and like these poor people think they're going to make money as a finder's fee,
right?
To find a house and stuff like that. And they don't. But if you're wanting a $400,000 house, do you got $120,000 down?
Mm-hmm.
They don't usually have even $3,000 for the EMD.
Right.
They barely had the money to pay for the seminar, the $60 on an internet course, or they dropped $3,000 for an internet course.
I heard even higher. Like they're spending $300 to $500
for
information that isn't even factual.
And it worked in the past. Like Kiyosaki was huge, Rich Dad Poor Dad, and back then you could do it, but now it got so saturated, and the hard money stuff, unless you have money to do it, you're not gonna be able to do it. And if you're a true investor who's buying flips, you're at the courthouse, you're not going on Zillow, you're not looking at a house that's listed. Right. And the thing is, if you're going to buy a home that's from the courthouse, you're buying the deed, you're encumbering all the liens and the tenant or person living in it. You can't go view it before you buy it. You only get to go do it once and go through the whole process of eviction after you own the deed, and you still have to make that title clear. So there's a lot of stuff that they don't realize. It's not you just can buy this flip and go get it. It's capable, but you got to know what you're doing.
Yeah.
And you're not going to learn it from one of those seminars.
And don't drink the Kool-Aid.
No, don't drink the Kool-Aid. And if you had that kind of money, you probably also have other investor friends that you guys can just go to the courthouse do it on your own.
Right. And that's the right way to do it.
Yeah. But there is flips out there, but not. if we have 1.8 months inventory, why does someone need to sell their house less than what it's worth?
Less than what it's worth?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why is the seller, if your $300,000 house, why would you sell it to this flipper for
I wouldn't.
250
I wouldn't.
when you could get 300?
Of course.
Or 250 on your own, just listing it,
Right.
cash only sale.
Right.
Well, realtor.
So where's the
yeah,
reason for that?
So it's like kind of like, and like one thing we always told them too when they call in, it was like, I want to find if there was those deals, why would I be telling you about them? Why wouldn't I be buying them myself?
Yeah, true.
If there were that, and we always say deals aren't found, they're made.
Okay. Yeah, you said that last time.
Yeah.
Like, and it took me a while as I was thinking about that. I actually did think, what did Kirby mean by that?
Yeah.
Deals aren't found, they're made.
They're made. It's by negotiating, putting in the offers, doing the work. It's not, otherwise, is it really a deal?
Yeah.
Like it's, we get the similar stuff. We also get anytime we get someone saying after repair value, ARV, if they send us a message saying, yeah, I'm looking for homes or 80% ARV. Yeah, who isn't?
Mm-hmm.
Like, and where are you getting these numbers?
Is that a red flag that they've already been to one of these seminars?
Yeah, they have scripts. Or they send you, hey, I got a company and here's my stuff, and they send you this proof of funds that's in some LLC they made.
Yeah.
Poor people, they had to go spend money on LLC, and they have a letterhead that I have this much money liquid. Then you go, okay, do you got 30% down for your private money for your lender?
Right.
Oh, no, it's 100%. Well, let's call them. And then they don't have.
And
nothing.
then it is.
Yeah.
So what about probate?
No, probate's fine. Probate's
Okay.
normal. Probate. So anyone listening, probate is just when you pass away, but you don't have a will, and there's a house. Now, if there's a loan on it, and the person who is your heir, once it passes, cannot pay for that loan, it will go foreclosure. That's a normal foreclosure because, like, if the person can't qualify for it, doesn't want to. But if it's a house where you own it or you have equity and you do take it on as probate and you get it, the assets from it, probate just is normal
It's
process.
slow, isn't it? Slow process.
As long
comparatively,
work on it fast. So if you, like, we had one last year, you go probate, get an attorney involved ASAP. You get one assigned. They'll get the court case thing going, and it's 90 days from there for the approval. When you go to court, so as your buyer, though, know this: you go and you offer on a probate house, and it's going to say you have the 90 days to wait.
Yeah.
Know that you're not guaranteed that house yet. You're the one making it go to the court, and then you got to go to court
but
on
there's
that
still
day.
no guarantee.
Yeah, because that day on court, it's usually on a Thursday. If anyone wants to go and bid, they can go bid against you on that date. It's usually like a Thursday, it gets listed in the paper or something, and then Friday you go. You'll get emailed or whatever if no one bids or no one's going to go, and then you just get it.
So it could be a competition.
100%.
So it's not lock, stock, and barrel.
No, like if it's a competitive house and prices went up, and we had this a couple of times, you're gonna have to bid against the other people at court, and maybe one of those true flippers, who are there willing to drop $5,000 more to win the bid, and they win it because the court, their job as a court and justice system is to get the highest for that estate.
Sure.
So they're going to go with the highest bid.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Because that's a whole nother ball of wax there.
Yeah, the 90 days to 120 days for one of those. So those could be good too if it's the home you're wanting. But if it is a probate house listed and there's also 2 other homes in the neighborhood and you don't have the time to wait for that, offer on the other homes.
Yeah.
Because probate, you're going to be 90 to 120 days. You can get it, but you're going to have to wait for that process and know that the court is not going to sell that home for a discount.
If somebody says to you, hey, I want to know what neighborhood I should live in, are you allowed to even say? Hey,
Fair Housing Act. Nope.
That's what I thought.
Nope.
I thought that's a sticky wicket, as they say.
Yeah, there's no.
I mean, you may have an opinion, but you're not supposed to share any of that.
Yeah, you're not allowed to because it steers or there's all these different words. I don't have the Fair Housing Act in front of me. It's on my office wall.
Is there a place though where people can go do the research where you recommend that you go like, look, you want to know more about Las Vegas as a whole?
There's tons
like City Data I used to go to. Is
the
that
City
still a
Data? Is it Go Schools or
I don't know.
Good.org? Schools.org.
Okay.
And that's where Zillow, our website, even so ScofieldRealty.com on our main website, like we have it all connected in there. It's just like a feed we get from them, which shows, and that's data ranked from however the heck they do that. That's like the school people.
Yeah.
But that's where they rank their schools.
Not a doctor, and I don't even play one on the radio.
Yeah, where it goes up to the 10 and they give all the scores. And then people always ask about crime, and one thing nice about where we live here in Las Vegas is Metro has an incredible site for that.
Mhm.
Just go LVMPD and go to Metro site,
I
and
got an app. I don't even remember what it's called.
they have it where you can just
It's
like
got the little guy with the bandit guy who shows up.
Yeah.
And do you know the one I'm talking about?
I know, yeah.
Yeah. If somebody gets beat up, there's like a punching bag.
Well, and the thing is, like, too, is every area has some crime
Sure.
or lots of crime. You just don't see it. Like,
Right.
even when I was searching for myself, I'd look up some things, and I still remember.
The best thing to do isn't it just go? I mean,
What I always tell people is if you really want to know the neighborhood, and when I was showing clients, I'd say, and when they'd ask that question, I was like, just do this. I was like, let's get an offer in. I was like, but come back tonight at like 6, and then come back tonight at like 10.
Yeah.
And then come back tomorrow morning at like 6 a.m.
See how you feel.
See the neighborhood,
Yeah.
drive it, feel like you're living here, and see how you feel in it, because everybody's different in what they're going to like and what they're looking for.
In fact, knock on the door of the guy next door and see if he'll loan you maybe some sugar or something.
Yeah, old school sugar. Yeah. Or Wi-Fi password.
Yeah. Can I have that? Would that
Yeah.
be okay? But yeah, that's the best way to find out, right? Is just
That's
to
why I
go-
always told people, because like even me and you, what you like is going to be different than what I like. And
You like the Padres. I like the A's.
yeah, but
one of us has a much better team.
and I'm going to be season ticket holders of both once they come here.
Okay.
So-
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. Oh, by the way, that kid that we were talking about, Marcus Miller, I think it is. Marcus? Okay, Miller, pitcher for the A's.
Yeah.
He was in Midland AA a week ago, or 2 weeks, a week and a half ago. Had one start, did really, really well. They brought him here. He had one start, struck out 11 in 5 innings.
They put him to the show.
He pitches tomorrow. He makes his major league debut.
That's awesome. We just brought up someone too.
See, look at that. It's going everywhere. People are buying houses. They're becoming real estate
And
agents.
kids are getting brought up.
They're getting called up to the major leagues. Again, Kirby for you. That's KIRBY, the number 4, the letter U.com. All you need to know there. And again, that phone number that neither one of us can ever remember. Why is that? I hear it, in my sleep. 702-766-9538. Again, it's 702-766-9538. Scofield Realty. You're going to find out there really is a difference. Whether you're a new realtor or you're a buyer or you're a seller, it's called a culture, and it does exist. And it exists because of this guy right here. He's too modest to tell you that, but it's true.
I love
All
what
right.
I do.
Thank
I'm
you
blessed.
for
Very blessed.
being my favorite guest. I appreciate
Wayne.
that. Okay. We will take a break. When we come back, we got to do news, but then when we come back, we're going to talk hockey. Remember, when I first met you, that was kind of a thing. You went and saw the Golden Knights viewing party.
I'm
Remember?
going tomorrow night.
Okay, but they play tonight or tomorrow night?
Oh crap! Not tomorrow night. I'm going Thursday night.
Okay, because they
Thursday
play
night.
tonight, I think.
Yes, and then Thursday night, I'm lucky I get to go that one.
And don't tell me scores because I don't want to know yet. But in the next hour, I'm just going to, be real honest here. I'm not Joe Hockey. Okay. I didn't grow up with it. I've lived in cities like Mobile, Alabama, where they have a great hockey team, and San Jose, the Sharks, they're pretty good. I just never could figure the game out.
Well, I know the next guy you got coming on is pretty good at hockey.
Yeah, he's Mr. Hockey, actually.
Yeah.
Chris Collins, he knows his way around a puck. So he knows what the puck is going on. So we're going to talk to Chris about that and get his take and see if indeed the Golden Knights can do what they got to do to win. He thinks maybe they can. We'll find out. Coming up on the Wayne Coy Show. Thank you, Mr. Kirby.
Women Vegas Mid-Year Shopping Show weekday from 1400 KSHP North Las Vegas and KSHP.com.
Listening to the Sports Byline USA Broadcast Network.
USA News, I'm Ryan Daniels. There will be no trial in Dominion Voting Systems defamation lawsuit against Fox News after a settlement.
Money is accountability, and we got that today from Fox.
That was a lawyer for Dominion. They sued Fox News for $1.6 billion for allegedly spreading misinformation about their voting machines after the 2020 election. The two sides reached a settlement of $787 million. Calls for gun control take center stage at a congressional hearing today, with the head of the ATF, Republican Tony Gonzalez of Texas, says we need to focus less on firearms and more on the people who are buying them.
I represent Uvalde. That gunman should have never been able to purchase that firearm. Not because he was 18, not because it was an AR, because he was mentally unstable.
That shooting and others have led to calls for a ban on what many consider weapons of war. Border Patrol agents have found 3.5 million fentanyl pills hidden in a shipment of green beans headed to San Diego, California. The 48-year-old man driving the truck was arrested and turned over to Immigration and Customs Enforcement. Buffalo Bills player Damar Hamlin has been cleared to return to football.
Last season, live on TV after a rough hit, Hamlin suffered cardiac arrest on the field during a game against the Bengals. Now, months later, he's been cleared by doctors to hit the field again.
This event was life-changing, but it's not the end of my story.
The doctors who've seen Hamlin over the last week all agree that he should be cleared to return to football activities. The Bills have confirmed via social media that Hamlin is working out with the team. I'm John Schaefer.
And President Biden and First Lady Jill Biden have released their 2022 federal income tax return. Their gross income of just over $579,000 was a decrease from 2021. The couple last year paid a little more than $137,000 in federal income tax, a tax rate of slightly less than 24%. This is USA News.
President Biden recently released a massive $6 trillion budget, the largest budget in U.S. history. And guess who pays the bill? That's right, you, the American taxpayer. American citizens and business owners will be paying more taxes. That's a fact. And if you owe back taxes, they will be coming after you to collect payments. In fact, President Biden also hired thousands more IRS agents to go after you. If you got a letter from the IRS and you know you owe back taxes or you haven't filed in years, don't put your head in the sand. Call us today. We've saved our customers millions of tax dollars. One quick, free phone call will show you how we can reduce your past tax bill and save you thousands. Guaranteed, or you pay nothing. Call now.
800-6046, 800-511-6046, 800-511-6046.
At AR Heating and Air Conditioning, our main goal is to provide high-quality service without breaking the bank. From maintaining your HVAC units to fixing them when they are down, they are there for you. AR Heating and Air Conditioning offer reasonable prices, reliability, and professional service at a great value. For more information, go to fixmyac.net or call 702-646-4000. Beat the heat and call AR Heating and Air Conditioning today.
Welcome to Hash House A Go-Go, where we've been serving farm food and crafted cocktails for over 2 decades. Visit us for the full Hash House experience at any of our 5 Las Vegas locations. Hash House A Go-Go is where old school meets new and gets twisted. We bring people together over good food and fun. Come in for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, and come hungry because our portions are huge. Visit us online to see our entire menu at hashhouseagogo.com. Hash House A Go-Go. It's a Midwest thing, and there's nothing else like it.
Is your dog suffering from a sensitive stomach? Hi, it's Kelly the Cookie Lady from Mooch's Munchies. Our dogs had super sensitive tummies and I needed to find a low-fat treat that wouldn't give them gas or other issues. Most of the treats on the market were loaded with fillers, chemicals, and chicken fat. Many of them weren't even food. Well, I knew I could do better, so I developed Mooch's Munchies, and I'm happy to be able to share them with you. Stop by our store or our website, moochesmunchies.com, and find out why we say that Mooch's Munchies are totally pawsome.
Zen World Premium CBD offers full and broad spectrum CBD oil, extracts, and capsules, which are designed to help you feel your best.
I'm in the show. Good.
From the best organic hemp and natural ingredients on the market and are tested for quality, purity, and potency. They have a full range of items from health and wellness to beauty to pets. Call 725-205-9223. Visit online at zenworld.com or stop by their location at 9895 South Maryland Parkway and Silverado Ranch Parkway. Mention KSHP for 10% off in store or use code KSHP online for 15% off.
Hi there, this is Kirby Scofield, Scofield Realty here in Las Vegas. Real estate is always changing, be it a buyer's market, a seller's market. At Scofield Realty, it's your market. Buying or selling, we have the team and the tools to work the market so it works for you. We are excited that we're on the Wayne Coy Show. Our results blessed us with the Zillow Flex partnership roughly about 2 years ago due to our consistent conversion and customer service scores. With conversion, that means we can close. And with our customer service scores, you know you're going to get
There he is. Get that
service
Raider hat
awesome.
on, baby.
We're always looking for agents led by mentorship, resources, and experience. We are your guide. Find us. Kirby4U.com. That's Kirby, the number 4, the letter U.com. Kirby4U.com or call 702-766-9538. Again, 702-766-9538.
Live from Las Vegas, this is the Wayne Coy Show.
Yeah, is it possible at our tender age to learn something new in life when we get to be the age that we all are? Some might call it a certain age. Are we just so set in our ways? We're like, nah, I'm an old dog. I don't want to learn any new tricks. I can't say that I'm that guy because when it comes to the game of hockey, I actually have a desire to learn what the hell it's all about. The issue is I've been told time and time again in my feeble brain, I just can't comprehend. So I'm calling him Mr. Hockey because he knows the game better than anybody I know. Chris Collins, how are you, sir?
I'm doing great. I'm in Stockton, so if you hear any gunshots, you'll know what happened to me.
Yeah, funny because it's true. Yeah, okay. So
all right, I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. I could say I was in Modesto, but
you could.
Anyway, yeah. You got me going to meetings. Yeah.
Kirby, who just left here, Kirby Scofield, grew up in Sacramento. And so as he's getting ready to leave, he goes, Mr. Hockey, huh? And I go, yeah, let me tell you about Mr. Hockey. He's been on television, on radio. It's his favorite sport. He knows it inside and out. And not only that, he knows radio because he was on FM 102. He was the Morning Zoo host for a long, long time. And he went, wait a minute, Sacramento? And I said, yeah. And he goes, I listened to him when I was a kid. So welcome to it, Chris. I knew that was going to happen. All right. So
I could do it to you as well.
Yes, you
same
could.
Thing with you. Yes,
you
I could. I could pick the markets out. So isn't that great? I love that, man. That's listen, we don't have a lot anymore, do we, when it comes to that former career? So it's nice to hear that. So about hockey. I sent you a Seals jersey.
Right. Well, I got the clothes. I understand that. In fact, when I was, I think 11, I went to the Oakland Coliseum Arena, and they were warming up, and they knocked a puck into the stands, and I went and grabbed it, and I went to go give it back, and the guy who did it.
No, you keep them. You don't give them back.
That's what he said. He goes, no, that's yours, man. That's yours. I was like, oh, wow, it's like baseball. Okay, so how do we learn this game so that we can get invested? Because here I'm in Vegas, and as much as I want to claim allegiance to the Sharks, I'm here now. So I got win in Rome. So I'm gonna try to become a Golden Knights fan. How do I do it?
Well, first of all, it's not hard to. They changed expansion rules when they brought Las Vegas in. They changed the rules after our debacle with the Sharks and then Ottawa, who followed us. We came in 91, 92, then Ottawa came in the next year, and it was brutal. Our second year, we were 11-71-2, and I can tell you think it's tough being a broadcaster when the ratings are struggling. Try being a broadcaster with a half-hour pregame show when you're 11-71-2 and have a 16-game losing streak followed by a 15-game losing streak.
Ouch.
So these guys got smart, and they said, look, if I'm going to give you $500 million U.S. to come into a league, we need to make sure that we're not 11-71-2. So Vegas did a phenomenal job from everything. I mean, the presentation in Vegas is A+. It's the best in the league. They hired George McPhee as then the GM, now obviously the president of hockey. George, college educated, built the Washington Caps, one of the best hockey people that's ever been in the National Hockey League. And then from there, they brought in really good people that knew young players, much like, and I'll give you the example, that Pete Carroll did when he came into Seattle. Carroll's advantage is that he recruited every young top player that was in college football to SC, came to Seattle, and then had 4 years to build a monster. And we saw that had there not been injuries, they could have been, this kind of legacy team for many years. Well, this is what Vegas did with that advantage there. They made the NHL Stanley Cup Finals their first year. My son actually played with William Karlsson. He's 2 years younger than him. When my son played in Sweden, he played on the same 18 elite team with him. So, they have kids like Karlsson who were cast aside with other NHL teams. I believe Nashville cast him aside, which was a major mistake. But McPhee and his staff, they knew that. There were a lot of young, talented guys. The rules had changed a little bit, and they've been strong ever since. Last year, they had devastating injuries. They barely missed the playoffs, but it was more or less because of all these injuries they had. They've got a healthy Jack Eichel. They just traded for the icon from the Kings, I guess they did do it. It was a trade. It was Mike Quick was traded by the Kings to Columbus. He wasn't going to show up. His contract's up at the end of the year, so Columbus traded him to Vegas. Quick is considered the best American goalie of all time. 2 Stanley Cups he's won. He's been a high legacy player his whole career. So
And
they get back Mark Stone, their captain.
He's the Golden Knights goalie?
Yes, and they also got their captain back, Mark Stone, who's been phenomenal, both in Ottawa and then was traded in one of the great trades. They've executed 2 brilliant trades among other great free agent signings. Las Vegas is very, very close, okay? If this team can perform in the playoffs, they too have a chance to get out of the Western Conference. It's going to be tough this year because Boston has a powerhouse team. They've been dominant all year long. They're deep. They're 4 lines deep on offense. Their D is deep. Their netminders are fantastic. Their coaching there, Jimmy Montgomery, is great, but so is Vegas's coach, who came from Boston. So the Knights are really, really one of the premier franchises in the National Hockey League, and they've done it in a short amount of time. And they do it,
right.
Yeah, they
took no time.
They do it when you sit down, and they do it when they perform, and they do it when you are entertained. I mean, it's earned the loyalty of Vegas. And I'll tell you what, Mark Davis, any NBA team that comes in afterwards, or if the A's show up there, this is the model that they're going to have to go up against, the Knights. And Vegas residents are loyal to that brand, and they're not going anywhere. They're going to support this hockey team. And the Raiders have a tall order to get their act together, which you and I are both diehard Raider fans. For me, 56 years, more dying recently than, celebrating. But this is what the bar's been set with this hockey club, and they're young, and they've got some really exciting prospects. They draft well as well. They've been able to trade draft picks to get stars there and then replace the ones they trade with more young talent. So it's a very impressive organization.
Yeah, you said the right thing there, which is that they draft well. That's something the Raiders don't do or haven't done.
Exactly right.
So we'll see how that goes here this offseason. So if you don't understand the game, and here's where I find myself struggling. When I lived in Mobile, Alabama, we had the Mystics, right? And then next door we had the Pensacola Ice Pilots.
Yeah,
and I would go to the games and I'd have a blast. I mean, I loved everything that was happening and the spirit in the room. I just didn't get the X's and O's of the game at all. So is there a way to dumb this down to where somebody can watch it for the very first time and say, oh, kind of get it now?
Okay, so the puck has to go in to the attacking, when you attack the blue line, the blue line that's in front of the other goalie. Okay, so there's 75 feet, 80 feet there, 60 feet between the blue line and the goal line. When you attack that, you can't come into the zone ahead of the puck. So it's real simple. And it's a perfection thing. You see the guys go and they tight rope the blue line. The puck goes in, they jump in. Nobody does it better. I think boxers and hockey players are really the greatest athletes we have in sports because they really are asked to do amazing things cognitively at the same time. So you don't want to be offsides. Icing the puck means you're in your zone and you fire it all the way down past the other goal line to take pressure off of you. They'll call icing, 90% of the time. If you have a player that's racing down the ice and you throw the puck all the way down and they're equal with the opposition player trying to get to that puck, they'll wave off the icing. But you can't just arbitrarily fire pucks out of the zone if you're tired to get off the ice, because if you fire it all the way down, 9 times out of 10, they're going to call icing, okay? The objectivity of hockey is simple, okay? If you watch soccer, obviously it's a much larger playing surface, but in soccer, real estate is the most important thing. Picture Devontae Adams with the ball. His biggest thing is that he gets the ball and runs to open space. Josh Jacobs gets the ball, likes to get to open space. In hockey, we have an analogy: less space, more pace. And that just means the real estate is very short there. But if you can get into those open areas and control the puck, okay, and then do something with that puck. And I have this phrase I used to use all the time, which is shake and bake. When you have that puck, cut the cake. And for me, shake and bake means you take the guy out of his jock strap. Cut the cake means fire the puck, or sauce the puck, pass it, or pass the puck, tape the tape hard, and make something happen. You can't hold the puck long in hockey if you watch. Players will hold it a half second, a quarter second. The guys that can hold it 1 to 2 to 3 seconds, they're the phenomenal talents, because this game is so fast, the players are so big, and they're so well trained and cross-trained. You hold the puck too long, and you're going to be on your backside looking up, counting the lights in the roof, okay? It's that kind of game.
Yeah. What would you say is where's hockey now in the echelon in terms of the rank of spectator sports in the United States? Where does it fall now versus maybe where it was 25 years ago?
Well, I mean, they've gone into what we call non-traditional markets. In San Jose, I had a boss who later became my business partner when we were 99% done buying the Arizona Coyotes, and then because of something, we backed out. But Greg Jameson was the king of non-traditional marketplace. So the game has grown crazily because of non-traditional marketplaces. Vegas being a non-traditional marketplace, it set the tone for the rest of the league when it comes to game presentation, winning right away, building that commitment to excellence. The fans expect that, right? And if it's not going to happen, there better be a good reason why it didn't happen. San Jose, non-traditional marketplace, okay? Anaheim, non-traditional. Arizona, non-traditional. So Tampa Bay, non-traditional. Florida, same way. So the game's grown. It's more popular. The numbers are up. As far as where it stacks, probably in the top 5, the top 6 of pro sports. And that's not a dig at hockey. But because of the lack of major TV distribution, which has gotten better over the last 10 years, it's still not there, but it's gotten better. You know, it goes anywhere from 4 to 5 or what have you. I mean, NASCAR, is it a top 4 sport? I think at one time people thought it was. It has
at one
backed
time, I
off.
think it might have been number 1. Yeah, absolutely.
Right. And when you realize soccer is the number 1 sport in the world, which I have my hands in big time right now, and in the soccer world, and F1 is number 2.
And it's coming to
then
Vegas,
you really
baby.
F1, number 2,
Yeah.
man. It's massive. Massive, all over the world in the craziest places. But so when you look at those in North America, you have to really look at it and understand hockey has the most expensive ticket, obviously, because they have to make up revenue. Where the Warriors, before the season starts, will get a check from the NBA for $140 million.
Sure.
Every team gets this kind of money. The NHL doesn't get that. The NHL, their local TV. The Sharks maybe 30 million to 50 million a year. Same with the LA Kings. The national deal maybe 15 million per team, whereas the NFL, the Raiders and everybody 190 million when it comes to TV. Then they sell out and they own their own stadiums. You can see, the revenues for the NFL I think last year were 15 billion and the NHL was 6 billion. So you can see that, how it plays. And college sports, need we go into that? That's another one that plays right up there in the top 5.
Well,
so.
I think that maybe the analogy, though, is it's similar to college sports in that when I was in Omaha, Nebraska, I did all my grocery shopping on Saturdays for a reason, because there was nobody in the store. Everybody was watching the Huskers, right?
Yeah,
And same
that's right.
thing, if you live in a place where, Wisconsin, some place where college sports is sort of the bigger deal, it's kind of like living in a hockey town. Like the people that live here love the Golden Knights, but you might go, just a couple towns over and there's no interest whatsoever. So it depends. I think if you've got a hockey team, then you have a lot of people that become hockey fans. If you don't have one, it's almost like you're hearing a foreign language. At least that's the way I've taken it,
Well, and that, this has been the problem, is that the game originated out of Canada. There's been a lot of what I call provincialism from Canada towards America to try to keep the game a Canadian game. The American game has grown crazily, and the numbers are there, but the game is still dominated at the managerial side by Canadians. So, look at how any business works, and I don't have to read the rest of the story to you. So that is something that over time, through attrition, that will correct itself. Okay, in San Jose, I don't think they've done what they should. I pushed when I was there to do more. It's been there, since 91, 92, 32 years. There still isn't a homegrown San Jose player that's played for the Sharks, which I find reprehensible. Now, in Vegas, even when they had the IHL there, you had former players whose kids were born in Vegas and now have developed and are playing in the National Hockey League. And, I rest my case. I mean, we're talking about Market 5 next to Market 30 something? So, the story differs, but clearly what you say is true. I mean, outside, in the South or elsewhere, if they didn't have those ECHL teams like the Pensacola Ice Pilots or in Mobile or whatever, you're right. Everybody else is like, hockey's a Canadian game, or hockey's for all those Yankees in New York or Boston or whatever. And
I remember being shocked, Chris, because I went to a hockey game in Mobile and the obvious product knowledge was there. The people really understood the game, and boy, did they love that team. And I was just like, how do you know this? You didn't grow up playing the game. I mean, you got to know it after it got here. You didn't really follow it before. So is it the same way here in Vegas? Because I meet a lot of Golden Knights fans, and I'm like, how you didn't have years and years of hockey to get you ready for this?
Well, sure they did. Here's the difference.
Oh, minor leagues, sure. Yeah.
Yeah, in Mobile, Alabama, I can guarantee you that the ratio of family to women to men was 80% men at the games, or younger teenage men. They were drinking, and that team fought all the time. Okay,
it was a WWE kind of thing.
Well, yeah. It's the WWE thing, correct. Yeah. Vegas is a destination point. Las Vegas has had a miraculous growth because of leadership in the city and because the citizens and then the business that's there together grew the area correctly, okay? It didn't become Phoenix, okay, where, you've got a bowling alley, 3 houses, and a shampoo place or something. It's like, what? Houston's like that. They did it correctly in Vegas, and a lot of the citizens in Vegas are from elsewhere. And they're in Vegas because it's a great area, because Nevada is tax-free, great weather. So, a lot of people don't really realize that. They think, well, Vegas has been there a long time. Where did they learn hockey from? Well, I got news for you. I'll bet you, and I don't know, I've seen stats from Vegas. I can tell you other cities, but I'll guarantee you, not bet, guarantee you that half those fans are from elsewhere that have come to Vegas as maybe their second or third home or region that they've lived in.
Right. They grew up around hockey somewhere.
Right. It's like you and me going, Auburn football, I love the rivalry with Alabama, but, I mean, what do those people do there? I mean, is that what they do? They show up at these college football stadiums and go crazy, and, and we're like, well, no, look at this is, born and bred in Alabama, football is, whereas, hockey, you've got to, L.A., okay, people move from elsewhere. Palm Springs, they moved from elsewhere. Now you have a successful AHL club there. Las Vegas, they came from elsewhere, but it took a very smart owner to come in and hire the best people and then make sure that they have an attitude of that losers, draw disinterest. Winners draw passion. And
they won right away too, man, like out of the chute. So, and Raiders haven't figured that part out yet. So, what's your prediction for this first round of the playoffs?
Well, I mean, I like the Vegas team. I think the net minding is going to be a big deal here. I mean, if Quickie can play like he's done in LA, and they stay reasonably healthy. They've got great defense. They've got Stone has come back. That makes the power play even more frightening because he'll be the trigger guy, which is he's the guy that you'll see 15 feet out from the net on the power play, and that pucks are going to come to him. He plays passionately, which is going to drive the rest of the team. I mean, Vegas is a team that people need to watch out for in the Western Conference, okay? They're going to be very, very tough. So is Edmonton. Edmonton's got the best player in the world. He's the best player in that league since Crosby came into the league, and before, Sid, you can find a bunch of players. Ovechkin, who's in Washington. Before that, clearly Mario. We can go down the line of guys that are difference makers. So Edmonton is going to be tough, although they lost to LA last night. Edmonton may still be too young. So we'll see. I'm not sold on their net minding. In the playoffs, these are your keys, Wayne. You cannot take penalties because the power play is critical in playoff hockey. Everything tightens down like baseball used to do back in the days when most of the games were 1-0, 2-1, 3-2. That's what hockey is in the playoffs. It's end-to-end brilliance. It's the best sport for the playoffs, but penalties are critical. If you're taking penalties, you're really opening yourself up to lose games that you should win. And discipline, being patient. You notice that Vegas this year played more close games, more lower scoring games at times. That's because the coach, being in Boston all those years, who's seen that team be perennial Stanley Cup favorite, that's why they brought him in. He's had to teach them they can be patient. You don't always have to have a 5-1 win. You can win 3-1 or 2-1 and develop better habits so when it comes crunch time, when you're exhausted, you're in the playoffs, you got to go through 4 rounds to get there, that you do this disciplined. So, I like the Vegas team. I'm partial to them because I like just the attitude that they brought into this organization from the beginning. It's really something to look at and, take some pride with. So
you predict that they'll have a nice little run in the playoffs, if not.
I do. I think it can be. I really like Vegas and Boston in the Stanley Cup. I think it would be phenomenal to see that happen. And it's the great story, like when Gruden left and went to Tampa Bay, and then his assistant,
Callahan.
Why am I getting this wrong? Bill.
Callahan.
Yeah, Callahan. Pardon me. Met each other, and then it was the teacher against the pupil with Davis there with Gruden, and we all know how those things end up. One team
that didn't
wins
work
by
out
50
well.
points. Yeah, no, it didn't, but that it still was drama. Everybody loved it, and I wasn't very happy about it.
Yeah.
I tell people I know many languages, but Raider language is the one that you don't want to hear from me, and it's plentiful. You've seen some of it, but yeah. So
no,
but
I've seen you walk away from the Raiders probably 10 times since I've known who you were. Like, that's it. I'm done. I'm finished. And then you keep coming back just like I do. Did they have a chance? Do you think they're gonna do anything? Or are we in for another rebuilding 5 more years?
Who, the Raiders?
Yeah.
Oh my God, please. What? I mean, I know what Mark's trying to do, and I like Mark. He's a good guy. He's always been a good guy. But look, and I hope Josh McDaniels makes me look to be a fool. I hope they win 12 or 13 games and they play this, straight ahead, simple slant pass 10 yards, off tackle run for 8 yards, and the defense is young and hungry. Okay, but they certainly got the best wide receiver in the game. They've got the best running back in the game. They've got, they've got a lot of it. They've got depth and everything on offense, but defense is not there. I mean, I don't know.
Same old story.
I really don't. Yeah. I mean, this is one of those years with Derek gone. I mean, I was really passionate. I've been a fan since going to games since '66. Okay. Yeah. And like you, Kenny, Jim Plunkett, Rich Gannon, and I loved Derek Carr. I loved him. And this has been really hard for me. I mean, I intend to root for Nolans this year, and I don't know. I'm indifferent now. I like Jimmy Garoppolo. I hope he has success. He certainly is well loved by his teammates, and
all of Trump, by the way, he's loved by an entire city in Nevada. They love him.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, the guy's got a great deal, I guess, if that's your thing, right?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, he's got that worked out. I'm with you. I actually am looking at buying a Derek Carr jersey because I think I need to support the Saints because he's my QB, and I was I was upset, still am, that they decided to move on because I always felt like it wasn't him. You're blaming, you're throwing the baby out with the bathwater. It was the fact that we didn't have a defense. We haven't had a defense in 25 years.
They couldn't hold a lead, and the other thing is that you could see that McDaniel screwed up Carr last year, and Carr was still good. Okay, Derek is a classic. I did 10 years of play-by-play at UC Davis with some of the best coaches in the world. Jim Soker was one of the greatest college coaches ever. We had 4 quarterbacks in a row drafted in the NFL: Kenny O'Brien, Scott Berry, Jeff Bridewell. I mean, we had all these guys that were NFL legit quarterbacks, right? And you have to let quarterbacks do what they do. And everybody knows that Derek likes to boot out of the pocket. Derek likes to run one way and throw the other way. Derek likes to throw and challenge that 25-yard zip over the middle because he's got that big arm. I mean, that's the position. Rich Gannon was the biggest you-know-what on the face of the earth. And guys would get crazy. But you know what? He drove the bus, and they loved it because they could play their game while he was, he'd go after Gruden, and they screwed up Derek last year. They just look at the games. I mean, they were heading 8 or 9 of the games into the fourth quarter that were lost. How do you blame the quarterback for that?
That's coaching.
And Wayne, I've been in these dressing rooms, okay? That's what I do. I build organizations, okay? And when at the end of the year, your team rates last. The NFLPA did their rating. The Raider coaching staff was last in every single facet. Their meetings too long. Coach is too nasty. Coach is disrespectful. I mean, what? And the year before, they had a guy that was 56 years old who shouldn't be a head coach, and he led them to the playoffs, and they loved him. And he was a hard ass as well. But they respected
They loved him and respected him. Exactly. Yeah. Well,
hello?
It's going to be a long season, I got a feeling. So, Mr. Hockey, you got to be Mr. Football there for a sec. I got to get one more read from you. Baseball, are the Oakland A's moving to Las Vegas, or are they going to find a way to stay in Oakland, or are they moving somewhere else?
Good luck to Fisher. I mean, I wish somebody would have bought the franchise, but he's not going to because it's a $2 billion, $3 billion in his pocket. It's just since Billy left there, it's just it's really sad. It breaks my heart because, like you, that's why, I was a brother with you right away because it was A's and Raiders, man. I love the A's like you did when I was a kid. I love the A's. Love the A's. I know all those guys, all of them. Used to have them on the radio when I was a kid. I was like you there, screaming at Reggie out in right field all the time. I mean, I love the A's. My dad and I, who's long departed, we'd go to A's game and freeze our butts off there. But my dad swore he'd never go to Candlestick again. He loved the A's, okay? And Charlie Finley and Carl, they're the guys who went out and drafted everybody. They didn't even have any scouts.
Right.
Look at the players that he left in that franchise. They had 5 guys that threw 20-something complete games in 1 year. Mike Norris. How good was Mike Norris? Oh,
Rick
my God.
Langford,
They had
Steve McCaddy. Yeah.
Yeah, how about Jim Hunter? Maybe one of the greatest pitchers in the – how about Vida Blue?
Right, so all that heritage, all that heritage belongs to the city of Oakland.
I know it does.
It looks to me like that's not enough. Like it's going to somehow slip through their fingers. And this might be the second Oakland team to move to Las Vegas. So what do you think?
You got money? Go build your own stadium, okay? Yeah, I'm in a big major soccer deal in my sports deals right now. And let me tell you something. There's a major bond market out there. People will invest money, okay? If you're a multi-billionaire and you want to save that tradition and have a beautiful stadium on the Oakland waterfront to look over at the Giants Stadium right across.
And do this.
Build it yourself.
Yeah.
Okay?
They won't. But I hear you, but they won't. Yeah. They want somebody to put the bill. So that's why I think in Las Vegas, we'll build it and then figure out later how do we pay for it.
Well, good luck to them. Hey, listen, I learned this with the Sharks, okay? We warned everybody there before I left there. I warned everybody. When the 49ers come here, 50 to 75% of the revenue for this franchise is gone. You know what? 50 to 75% of all the Sharks' revenues are gone. The 49ers are a monster organization. It breaks my heart and makes me crazy to say that. They win. They hired the right GM. They draft the right players. The fans aren't real loyal, but when they win, they are. But the fact is, they've wiped out the market for the Earthquakes and for the Sharks, okay? Where are the A's going to get fans there? Who can afford to go in and see a team that's been decimated? All of their players have been sold off. What, he's going to sign all these players again now and give them 8-year deals for $300 million?
Not
you
when
can't
you
go into Vegas and do that.
No, it's not going to happen.
No.
But every now and again, you get a good story. So they got this kid Ruiz, who is he started off the season batting ninth, and now he's leading off. And they say he's a Rookie of the Year candidate, very strong.
Yeah,
one.
right.
And then this kid that's pitching for him tomorrow, we were just talking about this on the air before you joined us. He was in Double-A 2 starts ago. They sent him here, 1 start for the Aviators, 11 strikeouts, 5 innings, and now he's making his major league debut tomorrow against the Chicago Cubs.
Hey, I remember I was at the Oakland Coliseum when Mike Morgan pitched at 17, and I remember that game, a Sunday against Baltimore, 3-0, and he was phenomenal. But you know, do you remember those days? I mean,
I remember Mike Morgan and Todd Van Poppel and yeah. But there's something about this kid Miller. It's Miller time. I think he's going to be a star.
I hope.
Yeah.
I hope, or we're dressing you in a uniform. You got married at home plate. Go out and hit a base hit for him or something.
Oh man, you know what? We gotta get you to Vegas so we can hang out and have you right here in the room, Chris. That would be so much fun.
Okay, you got it. Tell me when. I'll be there.
All right. And we got through an entire interview with you being in Stockton and you didn't get jumped. Nobody tried to carjack you.
Well, I've got flashers on. They maybe think I'm a narc or something, so that's fine.
Keep them away. All right. Well, it's great to visit with you, Mr. Hockey. And if you believe Chris Collins, the prediction is Golden Knights go far in the playoffs. In fact, might even be there at the very end to play for the Cup. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Take care, man. All the best.
Always to you. Thank you very much. That's that guy, Chris Collins.
Hi there. This is Kirby Scofield, Scofield Realty here in Las Vegas. Real estate is always changing. Be it a buyer's market, a seller's market. At Scofield Realty, it's your market. Buying or selling, we have the team and the tools to work the market so it works for you. We are excited that we're on the Wayne Coy Show. Our results blessed us with the Zillow Flex partnership roughly about 2 years ago due to our consistent conversion and customer service scores. With conversion, that means we can close, and with our customer service scores, you know you're going to get the best service possible. We're always looking for agents led by mentorship, resources, and experience. We are your guide. Find us, Kirby4U.com. That's Kirby, the number 4, the letter U.com. Kirby4U.com or call 702-766-9538. Again, 702-766-9538.
Hey, listen to this. Share Life Vacations has a special treat for you. It's a free 3-day, 2-night getaway to either magical Orlando or exciting Las Vegas. It's your choice. Absolutely no strings attached. Share Life will also include a second vacation to your choice of over 30 additional popular resort destinations. Now, we can't give everyone a fantastic prize package like this, so to make it fair, we're going to ask you a trivia question. You get it right, you'll win it all. Are you ready? Okay, here we go. This movie is about a British Secret Service agent who is frozen in time in the 1960s. Was that movie Austin Powers' International Man of Mystery? Press 1. Diamonds are forever. Press 2. Lethal Weapon. Press 3. Got it? Well, then call 855-301-8586. 855-301-8586. That's 855-301-8586.
My name is Michael Stefanski, and I am the owner and founder of Sin City Custom Suits, custom clothing concierge. I help gentlemen get into clothes that fit them like they're supposed to, that they pick out themselves, and we craft together. 600 different suit fabrics to pick from, about 40 measurements to make sure the suit's going to fit you right. Then we decide, do you want 2 buttons on the front, 3 buttons on the front, how many on the sleeve? You want like a custom photo lining for the inside of your jacket, any number of different things that you can think of. This is all about what do you want. And when you ask guys, what do you want? They don't know because they've never been given the option before. Because I help men look as absolute best as they can. It's transforming people's lives. If you've never had a suit that fits you right, you have no idea how much confidence it gives you. That's the important part. 702-767-2478. Instagram at Custom Suit Guy, SinCityCustomSuits.com.
Hi, I'm Sheldon, the owner of Solid Motor Cars. I've spent over 30 years in the retail car business. It is all about the vehicles, but more than that, it's about the people. And my team and I are proud to bring to you what we believe is the finest experience in buying a pre-owned car. With great credit, we can get super low interest rates. But if you've had some challenges, we're experts in that field, and we can get almost anybody approved. Come down to Solid Motor Cars and take a look at our vehicles. They come with a 6-month, 6,000-mile warranty. So when you get a vehicle from Solid Motor Cars, you can feel confident that that vehicle is a quality, properly reconditioned vehicle that will serve you and your family for years to come. So for all your automotive needs, whether it's a new car, truck, or SUV, or if it's repairs, service, and maintenance, Solid Wheels, solid deals, solid people. Coming down to meet the crew. My name's Sheldon. I'm the owner here. I'd love to help you any way that I can.
3024 East Fremont Street, 702-820-1444.
When you bring your vehicle to Star Auto Care for maintenance, you'll have a team of professionals at your service. Every one of our technicians has been factory trained and master status certified to ensure that you receive the highest quality and most effective service. Star Auto Care is located at 3540 East Tropicana Avenue, just east of Pecos. Star Auto Care is confident in their prices and will match any mechanic located within 20 miles. Bring your vehicle in today and let Star Auto Care give you the peace of mind you deserve when you service your car. Visit them online at starautocare.us.
Whether you're a corporate executive, on a family vacation, or just passing through, St. George Inn & Suites will meet your specific needs. It's conveniently located near restaurants, shopping, and movie theaters. St. George Inn & Suites offers a variety of room types, 2 fabulous pools and jacuzzis, a fitness center, a free full hot buffet breakfast, and laundry facilities. To make your booking, call 435-673-6661 or book online at stgeorgeinnhotel.com. You need to stop in Southern Utah? Make that stop at St. George Inn & Suites.
STN Sports is the only sports betting app you need this season. STN Sports has it all. In-play betting, mobile parlay cards, the Play Plus card to fund and withdraw from anywhere in Nevada, and the latest lines on every game. STN Sports even lets you earn rewards on every bet. Safe and easy betting from your phone or tablet. Go to stationcasinosports.com or sign up at any Station Casino, Fiesta Wildfire, or the El Cortez. Details at the sportsbooks.
From Las Vegas, this is the Wayne Coy Show.
Hey, what's-ski dooski? It's our Tuski. And we have an interview with a guy named Michael coming up, and that'll be followed by some conversation with a guy named Michael. And then we're going to wrap up the show with maybe another mystery Michael. Could we indeed hit the Michael trifecta? I don't know, but we're certainly going to try. This guy you met about a week or so ago for the first time. We call him the working actor because that's what he does. I mean, at least he tries to make a living doing just that. I think that's called being a thespian. Isn't that the is that the exact? I think so. The title, thespian, which is hard to say. Michael Goyeneche, who is I think with us. All I see is red. I see a red background. I see a red door and I want to paint it, Michael. Yeah, I can't.
Right, I'm gonna go to the iPhone. I'm gonna go to the iPhone and see if I get a better connection there. I don't know why you can't see me here, bro.
No, all I see is red. Just a big sea of red. But that's okay. So Michael is a working actor, and I don't know. I'm enthralled by the stories. Like all the auditions and the cold calls and the agent and negotiations and being in a union and all of that. It just fascinates the crap out of me. So the fact that we can live vicariously through Michael, that's kind of a cool thing. Dude, I don't know where you went. But
I was there earlier today. What happened?
No, I know. Well, you fell asleep.
On hold.
I'll tell you what, why don't you leave? Oh, wait, there you are.
There I am. There I am.
Yeah. Did you put something in front of your camera?
I had a Post-it note right by the little dot there.
You're supposed to be a professional, Goyeneche. Come on. No, I'm serious. It's like I was literally getting ready to just like reboot, reintroduce you It can't be a new hour on this show without some kind of crap going on technically. And this time, sir,
And
it's
my
all your
not
fault.
Wayne's fault.
Yeah, I didn't do
I
anything.
put this thing right next to the camera so I could be centered, and then it was covered.
You covered the camera.
Moving on.
Yeah, no problem. So anyway, nice to have you here. The side hustle.
You like my color code tonight?
I do. You're matching the background. And for everybody on radio, none of that matters. So let me ask you about this. The acting career, is that if somebody were to pin you down, would you say, yes, that's my full-time job. That is what I do. And anything else is a side hustle? Or do you do something else and your acting career is the actual side hustle? I hope you don't say B, because if you do, the title working actor, you got to make it work.
Working actor is I am working every day to get some acting jobs.
Yeah.
And I'm working acting jobs on a regular basis. Now, does it pay all my bills? No, I need to supplement that as I'm a mortgage broker.
I thought you said a mimosa. I need to supplement that with a mimosa.
I'm a mortgage broker and I have a mobile notary service.
Oh, okay.
As far as the mortgage jobs go, I do real estate financing in California, Nevada, and 15 Western states. And
you can do all of that part-time, right? I mean, that can easily be a side hustle.
I work from home. Exactly.
Yeah.
And then the acting when it comes in, and I can work it out. I can be on the set and handling text and conditions on my mortgage deals. So it works out great. And, really, full disclosure, I make more money in the mortgage business, but I can make good money in the acting business
But you sure as heck don't have more fun, right? The fun is in the acting. You love it.
The fun is in the acting. Exactly. And I'll tell you one time, I also have a mobile notary service as well, which is kind of like on-call thing. So I had an audition for this mafia role, and it was unpaid web series deferred, which means you're not going to get paid.
Unpaid, you're not getting paid. Wait, I want to slow you down. Slow you down here, because you throw out the jargon and you don't even think twice about the fact that we, the great unwashed, don't know what the hell you're talking about. So you unpaid, we get. You didn't get any money. Or this job would pay you no money. What is deferred? What does that mean?
Deferred means, okay, so if this project gets picked up, then you're going to get paid.
Okay.
And it's all part of the Screen Actors Guild contract. Screen Actors Deferred Contract. It's like, so say I have a great idea for a show and I want to do it and I'm trying to get it going somewhere.
Okay.
But I can't afford, I don't have the sponsors to pay for it. So
well, that's pretty evident by the fact that your lights keep going up and down. So I'm pretty much of the mind that you're like,
my lights?
Yeah, you're cycling like a bicycle just to keep the lights on right now, aren't you?
Oh, yeah. Yes. Well, no, I'm not that bad.
See, look, there they come. They're bright again. That's great.
No.
I love it.
What's going? Is my lights?
They're kind of dimming, and then they come on, then they go off, and they come on. I thought you were doing it on purpose.
No,
I thought it was a light show.
At all. I'm not seeing it at all. Let me turn this on. Is this better?
Well, I don't know.
Is that better?
Yeah, I guess so. Anyway, continue with your story.
Better?
That's the most important thing.
And then when I'm not acting, I got my shoe shine job.
With your shine box. Yeah. I got it.
My shine box.
Yeah. Love it. Okay.
Anyway, so to make a short story
you're killing
longer,
me, man. Yeah, go ahead.
You're killing me, Spaulding.
Go ahead. So deferred means you'll get money, but later.
Right. So this was a deferred web series, but it ended up being on Amazon and Tubi. That's it. Sangre Negra show that we talked about last time.
Sangre
with Eric Estrada and Eric Roberts. And that show got, we had so much promotion. We had red carpets like, 2 or 3 times a month. And it was so fun.
Sweet.
I like the acting life, off the screen just as much as I do on the screen.
Yep.
Because me, I'm very social. I like to go out there and hang out.
Sure.
With the people.
You can say ladies. It's okay. with the people.
All right, the ladies.
The ladies, yeah. All right, and you
I'm
have
not married,
you have
so
a
I
you
can,
have a
I can
place.
say that. Yeah.
You have a place you like to go to. What's the name of it again? Smokehouse,
The Smokehouse and Casa Vega.
right?
They
So
make
what's
a lot
this
of movies at both those places.
this new project that you've got? Julian Grant.
Oh, with Julian Grant.
He's English.
Yes, English. Well, he speaks English, and so do I, but he's British.
Right.
And his name is Julian Grant, and a great director. I worked with him before, and he just has a way of shooting things that's, excellent. So anyway, to make a short story longer, he asked me to be in a project of his that it's like Breaking Bad meets Pulp Fictions with a
I like that.
splash of Sopranos in there.
I like all of that. That's great.
Mhm. And I have a makeout scene with a beautiful woman coming up.
Have you ever done that before?
And I may or may not wax somebody.
Yeah. I thought you said wax, like Brazilian. Okay, you're talking different. Okay, I may or may not wax somebody.
You got a gift. You got a gift.
Wax on, wax off. Okay, all right. Well, Michael, go get him.
I wanted to talk about your earlier guest, Caparulo.
Yeah,
How do
John
you pronounce his
Caparulo.
name?
Yeah,
Caparulo. That dude is the salt of the earth,
isn't he? Though
he was so sincere and everything. I've never seen his act, but I will. I want to now. Because he just seems like such a nice guy.
He is. And I got to go because we got one Michael down. We got to get at least one more. I'm shooting for 3.
Is that right?
Right. We've never done that before. Show of many Michaels. So you keep pedaling, and we're going to check in with you probably.
We were going to talk about my stand-up.
It even happens on the big shows where we just run out of time. So this is not a big show. But will you come back and you can tell that story next week?
I will.
You know he will. And no more Michaels. Obviously, that was an encore presentation from last week. Mike Goyeneche. We had a whole conversation off air about can we actually bill him? Because I gave him the nickname the working actor. I wanted a name for the segment. And, he's very serious. He's like, well, technically, I just don't know that it's right to use it. So we're just going to call him Mike the actor, and we'll just leave it at that. That way it doesn't matter how much he's working or not working, but I just love the guy. He's so honest, and that's missing. You know what else is missing? A few goals for the Golden Knights. Hate to break it to you. 9:14 left in period 3, and Winnipeg leading 3-1. 3-1 right now. T-Mobile. Golden Knights. Still time, right? Stranger things have happened. They could turn it around, but I just was hoping that maybe the score would be the other way around. That's all. Okay, we're going to wrap this thing up here in just a minute. Something new in Las Vegas that we get before anybody else. We'll talk about that coming up.
Hi there, this is Kirby Scofield, Scofield Realty here in Las Vegas. Real estate is always changing. Be it a buyer's market, a seller's market. At Scofield Realty, it's your market. Buying or selling, we have the team and the tools to work the market so it works for you. We are excited that we're on the Wayne Coy Show. Our results blessed us with the Zillow Flex partnership roughly about 2 years ago due to our consistent conversion and customer service scores. With conversion, that means we can close. And with our customer service scores, you're going to get the best service possible. We're always looking for agents led by mentorship, resources, and experience. We are your guide. Find us. Kirby4U.com. That's KIRBY, the number 4, the letter U.com. Kirby4U.com or call 702-766-9538. Again, 702-766-9538.
The Farmer's Burger from Farmer Boys. Beef, bacon, cheese, hand-smashed avocado, and fresh veggies. Best burger champ. That's how we drop the mic. Farmer Boys. Farm food ain't fast food. Farmer Boys' new always crispy fries stay crispier and tastier all the way home. If they make it home. Sharing is caring. Farmer Boys. Farm food ain't fast food.
Hi, I'm Sheldon, the owner of Solid Motor Cars. I've spent over 30 years in the retail car business. It is all about the vehicles, but more than that, it's about the people. And my team and I are proud to bring to you what we believe is the finest experience in buying a pre-owned car. With great credit, we can get super low interest rates. But if you've had some challenges, we're experts in that field, and we can get almost anybody approved. Come down to Solid Motor Cars and take a look at our vehicles. They come with a 6-month, 6,000-mile warranty. So when you get a vehicle from Solid Motor Cars, you can feel confident that that vehicle is a quality, properly reconditioned vehicle that will serve you and your family for years to come. So for all your automotive needs, whether it's a new car, truck, or SUV, or if it's repairs, service, and maintenance, Solid Wheels, solid deals, solid people. Coming down to meet the crew. My name's Sheldon. I'm the owner here. I'd love to help you any way that I can.
3024 East Fremont Street, 702-820-1444.
Jumpers Jungle Family Fun Center is an indoor children's jump and party space in Las Vegas, located at 2050 South Rainbow Boulevard. Kids of all ages can come and jump on our bouncers, race through the obstacle courses, speed down the mega slides, slam dunk into the basketball hoops, and much more. Are you looking for that perfect birthday party venue? Look no further. Jumpers Jungle has a party package that will fit your needs. Check out the open play schedule online at jumpersjungle.com or call 702-463-JUMP. It's time to jump your way to fun at Jumpers Jungle on the corner of Oakey and Rainbow.
Hey, listen to this. Share Life Vacations has a special treat for you. It's a free 3-day, 2-night getaway to either magical Orlando or exciting Las Vegas. It's your choice. Absolutely no strings attached. Share Life will also include a second vacation to your choice of over 30 additional popular resort destinations. Now, we can't give everyone a fantastic prize package like this, so to make it fair, we're going to ask you a trivia question. You get it right, you'll win it all. Are you ready? Okay, here we go. This movie is about a British Secret Service agent who is frozen in time in the 1960s. Was that movie Austin Powers' International Man of Mystery? Press 1. Diamonds Are Forever. Press 2. Lethal Weapon. Press 3. Got it? Well, then call 855-301-8586. 855-301-8586. That's 855-301-8586.
Live from Las Vegas, this is the Wayne Coy Show.
Oh, the notes are killing me. Actor Mike needs to be on the show every day. Sincerely, Actor Mike's mom. No, I don't know who sent that in, but I would agree with you. I can't get enough of him. He's a lot of fun. Well, welcome back to just the end notes here. We want to thank our guest today, of course, Kirby Scofield from Scofield Realty, who was here for the first hour, and then the second hour, most of this hour, has been just full of Chris Collins, who we love because we're kindred spirits. He likes the A's and the Raiders just like I do, Warriors too. But he chimed in on that sport that I don't quite understand, which is hockey, and gave me some tips. So I feel like if I go to a Golden Knights game, I'm going to be able to, kind of like hold my own now, at least more than I would have before I talked to him. He's predicting that the Knights go far in the playoffs. Of course, tonight they're off to a rough start, 3-1 right now, trailing to the Winnipeg Jets. Okay, so I told you we got something new that nobody else has. And that's not quite true. We have it. Los Angeles has it. Seattle has it. And I think Phoenix. Maybe Denver. Okay. West Coast cities only for McDonald's. And they're doing it again. They're changing their burgers. Big Macs and other burgers are going to get softer buns. Well, don't we all wish it's something to shoot for? Okay. Meltier cheese, tastier onions. And the Big Macs are getting a little bit more Big Mac sauce. I've always felt that they're a little light on the sauce. All right, so the changes are coming out to locations, and yeah, Vegas is one of the first. The sauce, more of it. That's kind of a key because a lot of people felt like they weren't getting enough, and they wanted it to be more like a messy pub burger. So they're throwing more of the sauce on, which I think is a good thing. So that's one of the big changes. Then the other one, the one that really got my attention, was the softer buns. Yeah, they're changing. And here's how McDonald's describes them. You ready? Remember, we're talking about a hamburger bun here, okay? This is the description. Pillowy buns that are freshly toasted to a golden brown. You want one right now, don't you? Hey, Vegas, we get it before anybody else. Get out to McDonald's.
The world famous radio shopping show weekday on 1400 KSHP North Las Vegas and KSHP.com.
Listening to the Sports Byline USA Broadcast Network.